Hey Bella Buds, it's your girl Bella Kush, and thanks for tuning into my channel again. If you haven't already subscribed to your girl, I have a story time for you today. The time that I got played by a nigga in a wheelchair. This story is so crazy because guess what? I was in a relationship with this person, and they did me so fucking dirty. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
I'd rather be smoking weed whenever we breathe. Every time you kiss me, don't say that.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. So I started dating, we're just going to call him X. I started dating X probably in about 2012, and then I moved away to California, and that's where I met my girl Shay Nasty, and we've been Capricorn sisters forever because when I was going through crazy shit with him, she was there. So basically, like, we got together and I left, and we were still together trying to do the long distance thing, and then we broke up. Okay, so then we just couldn't be without each other and ended up getting back together. That was mistake number one. Mistake number one was me getting back with this person even though we were so far apart, and I was really, really young. I was like 23 around this time, 23-ish. So then let's just fast forward. He was supposed to come visit and he didn't. And so, like, I found out on Facebook actually that this girl put that she was in a relationship with him, because we didn't really do the Facebook thing. Like, I don't really care about the social media thing. Maybe now, like, a little tiny bit, just because the situation's just like this one. But I mean, ultimately, like, I could really care less about the whole social media thing. I mean, it's cool to, like, do little snaps with your boo and, you know, shit like that. But God, guys. So I asked him about the girl that said she was in a relationship with him on Facebook, and he said, I know her, but I'm not in a relationship with her. I said, well, why would she think that you were in a relationship with her? And he's like, I don't know. So I said, so it's cool if I write her. I'm not even a confrontational person unless it's like brought to the front door. Then I'll be confrontational and I'll set it off. You know what I'm saying? But so I asked him, I said, so you wouldn't be mad if I wrote her then, right? Because we're together. We got pictures and stuff. Like, we just didn't have any relationship, but we did have pictures on there. So he was like, go ahead. So I guess he didn't think that I was really going to write her, and I did. So I was really nice, and I was just like, hey, do you think that you could take that you're in a relationship off with X, because I'm in a relationship with him. Obviously, you can see pictures up, and you know, I don't want no drama, but I'm just letting you know, like, we've been together, blah, blah, blah. And then she says to me, oh, really? Well, he's been living with me for 2 months. 2 months? Oh, okay, sis. I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you. What can I say to that? So I call him, and then I let him know, like, what I found out, and he gets mad at me, and he hangs up or whatever, and we just didn't talk. So that was, like, donezo for there, you know? But then, all of a sudden, I get a call one day that he fell from 4 stories, broke both his legs, broke his back, fucked up his shoulder, like, and he had died twice in the ambulance. Like, what kind of crazy shit is that, right? So, mind he's still with the girl who is, you know, the Facebook girl. You know, and I talked to his family because I'm really close to them, and, you know, I was just talking to them, and, you know, they were telling me everything that was going on. Well, long story short, he was trying to get in touch with me, so I couldn't get through to the hospital line. You know, when something like that happens, you don't think about, like, the shit that happened in the past. Like, you think that people are going to change when they have, like, something big like that happen to them, you know? So, like, I was giving him a benefit of the doubt. And at that point, it wasn't even, like, a relationship thing. It was more like a friendship thing, because we were friends before we were together, you know? So he, I couldn't get through to him, so I wrote him on Facebook, like, hey, your mom told me to hit you up, blah, 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 and I guess his girl seen it. But here's my thing for you ladies out there. The same way, and men, the same way that you get your man or woman, is the same way that you're gonna lose them. So if you stole them from somebody else, they gonna get stolen back or get stolen by another woman. Just like karma is really a bitch. Like, really take heed to that karma's a bitch, and that you need to realize that you can't just be doing whatever the fuck you want to do out here being reckless and shit. Do you hear me? So then she gets mad and she leaves him in the hospital, takes all his shit. Like, all he had left was the shit that he had in the hospital. So everything else was, like, he finally gets out the hospital, and, like, we're both Eagles fans, so I was like, he ain't got nothing, so I'm gonna go ahead and send him, like, a care package. So I bought him, like, boxers, sweats to get in and out of, because like I said, he broke both his legs. I sent him Epsom salts and, stuff to soak in the bathtub, because he wasn't trying to take all the medicines. Like, I was really just trying to be there for him. And my dumb ass even put a $30 phone up in there so that we could talk, and wouldn't be no issue, that he wouldn't be bored, nothing. I was a dumbass. It was $30, but I was a dumbass for putting the phone in there. So, long story short, I go out there and I visit for a week, and, like, everything's cool, I guess. And then, like, he's staying with his mom or whatever, because he's heard he needs somebody to be there and take care of him. His sister's taking care of him and stuff. So everything was straight, And then, my cousin, she has a party every year, and because her birthday's in the summer and nobody else's birthday's in the summer like that, so she has like a bomb ass party, like her and her husband. So I was like, you know what, babe, I'm gonna take you to California because you've been going through a lot of shit. So I worked my ass off. Mind that I was making $10 an hour, okay? And then by the time that he was coming out there, me and my cousin had got an apartment together. So, like, I had rent, a car note, like, just bills in general off $10 an hour. Now, if you don't know, I do hair too. So I was, like, working my ass off, laying and slaying, okay, to make them dollars, laying and motherfucking slaying. So, like, I saved up so much money, okay? But then, like, I had already got his ticket to come out there because he was going to stay a month. Now, when he was healing more, he was supposed to move there. So me and my cousin had got the apartment together because her boyfriend, we had a business with our family, basically, and we moved, out here to work for it. And so, like, her boyfriend lived in California. They've been together for a long time, so he was going to move out here to be with her, and then he was supposed to move out here to be with me. And so, like, I had all this stuff, like, moving in, all that, but I still saved it, okay? Your girl is a good saver. Maybe I'll do, like, a video on, saving tips if you guys want me to. So, if you guys want me to do that, go ahead and leave a comment below. But basically, I had bought his ticket already, so he was, like, acting weird. Well, then, like, he gets a call from somebody that, he needed to come get his daughter for the summer because something happened with the mother of his child. So, he's telling me, like, I don't think I'm going to be able to come, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what's her information? Like, what is you talking about? You could bring her out here. Like, I was like, my niece and my nephew are going to be out here too. We going to California. I got little cousins. Like, let's go. What are you talking about? So that's what. Okay, by this time, we had ended up back together, if you can't tell. So, like, he had got out the hospital, got the phone or whatever. We was still just cool, but then we ended up back together. So that's why I got the ticket for him to come out here, because we were supposed to, end up being together or whatever. We was even talking about marriage and, having kids and all that stuff one day. Like, that's another reason why, like, I don't know if I want to have kids, but we'll get on another topic on that day, because right now, it ain't looking too good until I get married, and that ain't looking too good right now either with the dating scene. So God will put somebody in my life, right? Huh? But anyways, so I was like, what's her information? Send it to me and I'll get her a ticket. So that's exactly what I did. Told my cousin, told my dad, told everybody, like, his daughter's coming with him, and like, my family's like, hell yeah, like, they're with that. My family's real, like, loving and whatever. So like, a couple days before they were supposed to come, like, he was acting weird. And this should have been my number one clue. But, like, when when you want to be in a relationship with somebody, you love somebody, but you loving them more than you loving yourself, then you'll let things slip by. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what I learned from my last relationship, you know, that I can't put myself to the side. Like, I'm supposed to be the queen in the relationship. I treat you like a king. I do everything that a woman's supposed to do. And I'm real traditional. Like, I'm real, like, you know, I don't really want to be up in the men's face while they all kicking it and talking. Yeah, it's cool to, like, kick it in a group or whatever. Yeah, you know, like, I like to cook regardless, and you know, yeah, I'll make my man's plate and stuff like that, and not, it doesn't have to be every day, but I'm just saying, like, if you have a boyfriend and that's your nigga and you care about him, it's just the little things that you know, let him know that you care about him. So I mean, if you making some food, like, damn, like, you can't make the nigga a plate real quick, like, I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. But then it's like, too, like, men need to realize that the little things that they do for women is like the flowers and stuff like that. Let me know that I'm, you know, appreciated and shit, you know? It's just really the little things, like, hey, babe, I was just thinking about you, I miss you so much. Like, little tiny bitty things. Like, girls, it's like, females, it's easier to please, like, by doing the little things. It's like, when niggas, it's like, you go a little bit over and beyond for them, because, you know, they're not gonna, like, they might not tell, not every man is going to be like, oh, I like that you sent me that little text message today, or you made me, you know, happy because you did, you know, you sent me that little I miss you, or baby, I was just thinking about you type. Like, they're not like that, like we are, you know? So, regardless of the fact, whatever, he was just acting weird. So, either way, they ended up coming, and, you know, me and my cousin, we went shopping, like, filled up the house. Filled it up, and it was like snack heaven up in that piece. So his daughter was about to have a bomb time. Mine was her birthday too. Was a couple days before they came, so I had a birthday party, and my family came, brought her presents. I made her favorite food. Like, we had a really good time, and I was just bonding with her. And that was the first time I ever met her, but I was kind of texting her before she had came, so that made me feel more comfortable. Like, I've never been in a person's, like, kid's life like that. So I really liked it. She was a little bit older, too. So I was, like, worried how that was going to be. But it was actually really, really good. And, like, she made me feel good that I was, like, being, like, a good stepmother, you know. And, like, I just wanted to make sure that she had a good time, you know. And I also wanted him to have a vacation from all the trauma that he had put his body through. So when he went to get his daughter, like, he had started back kind of walking, but he was very painful. Like, he really should have been in the wheelchair, but he was not trying to fuck with that wheelchair. He was like, no, I don't want to fuck with it at all. So, okay, we go to California, go to my cousin's party. I pay for the trip to California. I'm paying my rent, paying the cell phone bills, paying all of my bills, paying for us to just go out and eat and do the most, you know. So, basically, we were at the party, and, you know, I felt bad because, like, I was really trying to hold on to my money so that we can make sure that we were able to do stuff, you know. And, like, my cousins, I remember that they wanted to go to Subway, but I was like, no, Togo's. If you from California, you know about Togo's, you know what I'm saying? Bomb as fuck. So they wanted to go to Togo's, and I was like, nah, I don't really want to go because I would have to get them something, blah, blah, blah. So right when I said this or whatever, they were like, X had took my car, you know, up the street. But I thought he was going to get, like, some cars or something. No, he went to go get them something to eat and didn't get me anything to eat. So my cousins, like, were looking like, what the fuck? They were like, no, we're going to get you something to eat. You know, so they brought me back something to eat. I wasn't tripping or whatever. Because I'm so nice like that. Well, the old me was so nice like that and naive, but the new me is like, you got me fucked up type shit. But anyways, I knew what I was taking on from the get. So that's why I wasn't even tripping. So when we got back from California or whatever, like, mind he was in around my family out there. My close cousins, my aunties, everything. My grandma and them loved him. Like, that's the crazy part. They loved him. And he had to go and fuck up. So basically, like, we get back, you know, back home. And I would just notice little things. And I know this was like one day that I just was like, my women's intuition was like out the roof, okay? Out the roof. And women's intuition is never wrong. So if you feel it, most likely it's happening. Maybe it's not as, as deep as you think it might be, but for the most part, women's intuition is not wrong. So me and my cousin, we was at work, so I was still going to work and everything, so I had to use my PTO and all that shit. So me and my cousin come home from work, and this nigga is laid on the couch, like, on the phone. Hello, 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 blah, 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 blah. And I heard him say, oh, I love you, or he's like, yeah, I love you too. Click. And I was like, I ain't even that person to be like that, but someone was like, play with him today. And I was like, who you telling you love? And he was like, oh, that was mama. And I was like, oh, okay. So then we go into the room or whatever, and he not used to that Cali weed. So when I took him to California, like, he was super high. Mine, I was paying for all the weed and all that, for us to get lit, drink it, whatever. So, so when we get into the room or whatever, we getting high. So I just got him super high, and I was just like folding clothes and stuff. Oh, I forgot about that too. So back to my like never been in a real relationship video, like all that shit. This is why I say this, because when he first came out there was our anniversary, right? And I have bought him like hella new clothes, because like I said, the nigga didn't have shit when his little female had took all his shit. So I was trying to be nice. I got him all these nice little shirts to wear, whatever. Yeah, I know it's not his typical style, but sometimes you need to grow the fuck up. And they was nice shirts to go to California and be breezy and looking cute, okay? So I had all this shit ready, and he got there. Why this nigga gonna complain? This nigga gonna complain and say, I don't wear no shit like this, blah, blah, blah. And then I had got him a card and all types of other shit or whatever. This nigga didn't even give me a card to tell me happy anniversary. He didn't even give me a card. So that's like in the beginning of the trip, like he low-key put a bad taste in my mouth anyways. So back, to what I was saying. So I was putting up clothes or whatever, and I was just like, oh, how's your mom doing? And he was like, I don't know, I ain't talked to her. So I was like, oh, bet, you just a liar, huh? And he like, huh? So I was fucking pissed. I was so mad, guys. So later that day, we were going to my uncle's for a barbecue. So I was like in the car driving, and I just couldn't take it no more. I was like, look, I said, do you got another bitch back home? And he was like, nah, why you think that? And then the phone rings. And the phone rings, and he getting cussed out. But I don't know who he getting cussed out by. So he got another kid, right? But I know that, the mother of his child and him don't really get along or whatever. And like, I don't know. Whatever. I ain't got no kids, so I ain't gonna get in that too much. But basically, he was saying after he got off the phone with her that she was mad because he took his other daughter and didn't take her. But that didn't make sense because they don't even see each other and he lives in the same whatever. So I'm just like, okay, so I'm just asking him, like, you could tell me. I said, like, really, at this point, you could tell me that you got another bitch at home. Because I know, like, we live in different states, and that's hard, But, like, you need to tell me, because at the end of the day, like, we're all grown. So if we messed around, you mess with somebody else, like, you need to tell me, because we supposed to be in a legit relationship. You around my family. You got my family calling your daughter, they, grandkid, and whatever, and I don't have no kids, and I love her to death, don't get me wrong, it has nothing to do with that. Like, if I'm with my significant other, they have a child, I'm gonna take them on like they mine. But I'm saying, don't have me in that predicament where I feel like I'm supposed to be a part of your child's life and trying to have a bond with them, and then you over here messing with somebody else, and then that just breaks it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't nobody need to deal with that, especially as a young child, So anyways, he just keeps saying, no, you don't have one, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm giving you the chance to be honest with me. That's one thing with me. If I give you the chance to be honest with me, yeah, I might be a little mad, but I'll respect you more at the end because you was honest. So basically, like, he kept saying no. So we went to my uncle's house, whatever. So I was telling him, like, we could just finish the trip and, you know, so it'll be a good trip for your daughter and you. And, you know, then after you leave, we can really cut ties. Like, at this point, I don't really care. We can cut ties if that's how you want it to be. I don't want to be sitting here looking stupid. Mine, because I had already spent. Basically, like, he stayed there for like a month and a half, you know, like, she at the time of her life went tubing with my family, went swimming every day at my dad's house. Like, my dad took her ice skating to the mall, gave her money, like, you know, made sure that she had a good time. And that was my main thing, that I wanted her to have a good time. Like, I wanted her to have the summer of her life, and that's exactly what she had, was the summer of her life. So that was like one good thing about this story, that she did have the summer of her life. So basically they go back home, and I get a, you know, text from him, and I'm like, he's like, hey babe, I'm home, I love you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, love you too, you know, I'll talk to you later. So the next day, like, still didn't hear from him, nothing. Like, so I didn't hear from him for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I didn't hear from him. So mind, I paid the cell phone bill, because I had the $30 cell phone bill from what I put in the box. So I'm getting mad as fuck, because I'm like, you know what, like, if I don't talk to this nigga, like, I'm cutting that shit off. Because I ain't even the type to go through, because I really could have went online and looked at all them text messages, looked at all them numbers like a crazy bitch would. And I ain't even, if I gotta snoop that much, like, I don't need, like, it's not worth my time. I don't really care. Like, what you do in the dark will always come to light. So I ain't even tripping like that, because karma, motherfucker, okay? So he gonna finally call me, and he like, hey, what's up? Like, it ain't shit. I'm like, where the fuck you been? Like, I've been calling you, texting you, like, nothing. He just mad. He get mad. Like, he's like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. Click. And I'm like, oh, you ain't got time for this shit, but I text him, like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm done with this shit. Like, all these years of bullshit. Like, I don't understand. Like, fuck you. Like, I really don't have time for this shit. So I didn't talk to him for a while. So, like, remember when I was telling you guys that I'm so in tune with this earth, and I be having all types of feelings and signs and shit? Well, my anxiety was through the fucking roof this one day. And I'm telling you, through the roof. I was telling my cousin, like, girl, I don't know what's going on. So we got home, and she had me on Vampire Diaries. So I'm like, girl, like, I'm still having so much anxiety, so it's late. So I have a Texas number. And all the Texas numbers that I got are saved in my phone. So when this random Texas number calling me at close to 10 my time, which is it was probably like 12 their time, I believe. You know, I'm like, oh, this is X, or I don't know, or this is something else, because I've been having anxiety all day. So I say, hello. I was like, hello. So I was like, hello. And she was like, hello. And I was like, yes. And she was like, hi, this is X's girlfriend. And I was just like, I saw some text messages where he's saying he loved you, and I was just wondering who you were, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm just like, well, yeah, we was together, but, you know, we broke up, like, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. And she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, well, yeah. And she was like, so, and I was like, you know, honestly, like, I'm done with him. Like, you can have him. I really don't care. Like, I'm not messing with him no more. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. I live in a different state. I don't have time for this shit. I have a Texas number, but I live in a different state. I live in Arizona, and I don't have time to be dealing with no bullshit like this. And she was like, you live in Arizona? And I said, yeah. And she said, oh my God, did he come to visit you? And I said, yeah, he was just out here like he was just out here like a month ago. And she was like, oh my God, he has been living with me for 4 months. 4 months he had been living with her. 4 months he had been living with her. I had no idea that he was living with her for all these 4 months, because I was talking to him on the phone. I was texting like all the time, like on the phone with him all the time. So I don't understand how y'all are in a, you know, household and he talking to the next bitch basically you right there or some shit. So then she telling me, yeah, he had got his daughter a month before or 3 weeks before he came, you know, before he went out of town, and he told me he was going to visit some family in Arizona and then going to California. And I said, girl, that's crazy, because he was with me. So then she started asking me all types of personal questions, like, have y'all had sex and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, girl, I've been with this man for like years, okay? Years. So I'm not gonna sit here like I feel bad for you or whatever, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like you ain't the side bitch. Like, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but you're the side bitch and you need to talk to him. So next thing you know, I just hear her saying, wake up, wake up. She tapping him. X, wake up. Hey, X, wake up. Like, she waking him up and he mad. So she's like, oh, I'm on the phone with Bella the Kush. I'm on the phone with Bella the Kush. Because I can't take out my real name right now. But, yeah, I'm on the phone with Bella the Kush. I'm on the phone with Bella the Kush. And he's like, what the fuck? She's like, you went to Arizona to visit her? And blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, he just gets up and leaves, I guess. So she's just like crying to me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, but I'm sorry, I can't listen to this shit. Like, I'm so sorry, but nah, bro. I said, she was like, oh my god, like, his daughter was texting me while they were out of town. So not only was she texting me before they came, but she was texting her while they was at my house. Like, and I can't even blame her because she's a child. Like, at the end of the day, like, if the parent is allowing that, she gonna think it's okay. So I can't be mad at her, but it hurt my feelings, like, because, like I said, I got close to her. I've never got that close to like a boyfriend's kid before, especially somebody who's older, you know, because I think she was like 12, and you know, like, it really just hurt my heart, for real. It really hurt my heart. So, and I told her too, like, you know, like, I can't feel bad for you, because I'm gonna tell you one thing. I ain't about running my nigga life. I ain't about that at all. But let me tell you one thing. If we live together, nigga, you ain't going nowhere for no month without me. If your mama don't live there, your grandma don't live there, and an auntie that I ain't heard about, okay? Like, I don't play all that shit, sister. Oh, this my sis shit. Like, if I ain't hear about the bitch from the beginning, like, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm not saying that you can't have friends or nothing like that, but like I'm telling you, you not gonna be leaving for no month and think that I'm about to be sitting at home while you just gone and I don't know where you supposed to be. We supposed to have a household. Now, nigga, what you gonna hear me saying is, oh, baby, you want to go out of town? Oh, me too. Okay, I got PTO, babe. Let me see if I can get these dates off. Or let me see if I can get two or 3 days. And then you could go and do you for the rest of the, you know what I'm saying? I'll just come back and forth if it's like that. Like, me and my nigga not about to be apart for no fucking month. And like I said, his mama and shit, like, nah. If it ain't his, like, mama, daddy, sister, like, I don't know. No. That doesn't make sense. Like, if you have a household together, like, there's no reason why somebody should be gone for that long. Period. Like, if you're married, you can't just leave for no month, and then if you're not in the military or some shit like that, like, what the fuck you leaving for? Like, no. And then the nigga just said that he was leaving, going on vacation. So you even more stupid because you letting this nigga go on vacation for a fucking month. It ain't like the nigga saying I'm going on vacation for a weekend or a fucking week. Like, the nigga said a whole month. Really, it was a month and a half. But we ain't even gonna talk about that. So I told her that was her dumb ass for doing that shit. Because I'll tell you one thing, wouldn't have been Bella the Kush, because like I said, I ain't about running my nigga life, but I ain't about that disrespect life either, okay? Because I ain't with that. So yeah, like, so after that, he's like calling me, texting me, telling me I ain't shit, blah, blah. And I'm like, nigga, I ain't shit. You mad at me, but your bitch called me. Your side bitch called me, the bitch you was cheating on me with, and you was living. Yeah, so I'm like, how are you gonna get mad at me? Your bitch calling me. Like, that don't make no sense. So after that, like, he was fucking pissed off, and I just had to, like, cut that situation off, because that was some bullshit with that. And later in life, like, I tried to be cool with this nigga, but, you know, like, a snake is always gonna be a fucking snake. So you can never, like, get over that. No matter how much history you got, no matter how much you got going on, a snake always gonna be a snake. So cut that motherfucker, okay? Like, get that motherfucker out the grass. Get it out where you live. Get it out your atmosphere, your energy, or all that shit. Because it ain't worth it to be having a motherfucker who's a user, a liar, and a motherfucking habitual cheater fucking with you, okay? Like, I can't even fuck with you at all, because you just is a grimy ass motherfucker. Like, so yeah. That's the time that I got played by a nigga in a wheelchair. And I ain't been with nobody since. Whatever. If you guys like these videos of me sitting down talking about crazy shit that's happened to me in life, I definitely got some crazy stories. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, hit that bell, and leave me a comment. So, until next time, Bella Buds, I will see you later. Keep it puffing and keep it smoking, okay?